are back now. Let's discuss what the plan is with this unconscious man.
Also,
I would heal people.
Hold up. Can we save initiative and go in turns because people are
Nope,
bleeding?
we are still in initiative, so let's go to Arius in the initiative order.
Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how much of this I can do in one turn, but well, depending on how much I can do, I want to throw my rope to Cassius and just say tie that guy up, and then I want to look at Spinks and Mal, see who's bleeding or who's in dire need of help. And
you can give me a heal check there to try to identify who's in worse shape.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of them look equally as bad.
Okay,
and then you have one additional move action because you attacked, which was to throw your rope to Cassius.
Well, this is all I want to do. I'll obviously prioritize saving people's lives more. So if I know I can't do everything in this small time, I'll save the life more. So I plan on putting my necklace on whoever's next to me. I guess they're both next to me.
They're both next to you.
So I'll roll a D2. You guys pick who it is.
They roll. I'll be even.
Give me an intelligence check actually first.
Okay.
Yeah,
just to see. Because there is a slightly more rational way to do this. So you can heal the most people if Spinks can stand back up because she has cure spells.
Right. I just wanted to, I didn't want to, heal someone and then someone dies while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? If they're both going to die and I have to pick one, that's what I wanted the pick to
Okay,
be.
I got you. No, then that's fine. So what was your randomization there?
It was Mal.
Okay. All right, so you heal Mal. Go ahead and roll your necklace. You will not have thrown the rope then to do this because it is a standard action to activate the...
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, Mal gain back 7. And Cassius.
All right. Did you mention that you had rope elbow?
I'll say everyone. I believe magical. If I'm wrong, correct me. I believe magical healing stops bleeding. So once I've cured Mal here, give it to Spinks, and that's what I'll say.
Mal, you shrink back down, by the way, when you're unconscious, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure that was the case.
I don't.
I thought it worked.
I'll look while you ask.
Okay.
I need to remember.
Yeah.
It's not concentration, so I can't remember how that works.
Okay. Spinks, go ahead and save.
Wait, what did Cassius do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Cassius, what were you doing? Sorry.
I guess...
I instruct you to heal
15, 20.
He can't. He has no way to heal Spinks.
Can he stabilize with a heal check or something?
Yeah, he can attempt a heal check.
I can try to heal check. I do not have heal, but it's not untrained.
Ooh, that is successful. Yeah. Spinks, you will stabilize. So no need for Spinks to check. No need for Mal to check. This will actually take us out of initiative order. So.
Okay, yeah. Then we tie up the guy, and then I'll move the necklace. Or is he not conscious yet?
He is not conscious yet.
Actually, before we do anything else, I want to make a real survival check to see about how far out we are down.
Okay, you are a little over an hour out of town.
Is that about what they said that things started disappearing?
Yep, that was their rough estimate for basically right about the time it gets far enough that it can't really be seen what's going on. Is when the attacks would happen.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go and look over in the bush. I know that dude's not actually in the bush.
No, he is not. He is long gone. But you can give me a perception. He's been running for about 2 rounds. Yeah, you can't find him.
So knowing that both of them are stable, or that's my perception of it, that intelligence check will kick in, and I'll know that.
Yep.
My priority should be getting Spinks up, so I'll take the necklace off and put it on her.
Okay.
And tap it with her own hand on her.
All right, gain back 7, Spinks, and you are conscious again.
Yep.
Spinks, can you help out our leader and help him regain consciousness?
Oh, of course. I will walk over. I will do another water, probably.
Oh. Stupid high-level enemies.
And then while she's doing that, I'm going to use I can't remember if I said, but I'm using the rope and tying up the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure, for the record.
He is tied up.
And And I know definitively that the other dude is dead, right?
You know that he's unconscious. Or do you mean the guard?
No, the other dude that was with him. I was gonna say Otis. Colin.
Oh yeah, Colin is in like there are bits and pieces of Colin and bits and pieces of Colin's badger in two different all in like one place. Like there are like a pair of legs and like a totally emaciated body like strapped onto a saddle, and then underneath that saddle is just like a bunch of like goop and pieces.
I'm gonna check him for evidence.
Yes, evidence.
Yes. See what kind of gear.
Is Mel still not up yet?
I'm sorry, I didn't. Give me 1 sec. Did you do a cure mod? Yeah, that is to Mal. So while Mal is being cured, you'll do this check.
Oh yeah. Or wait. If you put plus, it adds. If you amount, it sets. Now, it's all coming back to me. Okay. Yeah, that will be enough for me to like blinkily start.
Okay. So you will find. Let's see. What is the best way to do this? You'll find 2 gems with a label of 10 GP each.
All right.
A potion, or I'm sorry, 2 potions.
Someone notating this?
Right now, this is being picked up by Cassius. Artisan's tools, a bag of salt, 2 chisels, a wig, 50 feet of rope, 12 pairs of boots, a pitchfork, and 7 sewing needles.
12 pairs of boots?
12 pairs of boots.
No art?
Huh?
No art? Damn.
No art.
Well,
I thought you were saying Nort.
Yeah.
Nort? Is it the same kind of rope that we use to tie this guy up with?
It is hemp rope.
Ooh.
So it is lower quality rope.
Gross. Well, I'll bring this stuff and put it into the cart.
If it's any consolation, he's got a barrel back home.
Ooh.
But that's not here. All right. So Mal is back up. Yep.
One of the drivers is still alive, right?
Both of the drivers are still alive. Yes.
Okay. So they're better than the guards. Got it.
The guards are most certainly not alive.
As Mal's like regaining consciousness, I'll say, Mal, hand me a scimitar. I'm gonna go check the woods to make sure there's no one else hiding around.
Yeah, I mean, you could have taken it. I was unconscious for a long time.
All right, I'll just grab any scimitar on him.
You're gonna grab any scimitar on him?
Yeah, I don't want a preference at this moment.
Can we hold on for just a second? Yeah. Sorry.
So if I remember how this works correctly, I might be able to use the healing hex on each party member.
Yeah,
I think so.
Once per day.
Yeah, but I think it was once per day per person. So
correct. So you can basically heal everyone, but you can't. It's not like you get 5 uses of it. You get 1 use per person. You can't heal the same person. So it's more useful the larger the party. So being a large party, it's actually extremely useful. A small party, it's jokingly like, it's.
But I mean, it's better than nothing because I have a whole 2 spell.
Oh, whoops.
You don't offer to share with any of us. You just start chugging some whiskey.
That's what I was trying to do, but I don't know how I did it. So, yep. It's a healing potion.
How about
No,
the
this
healing
is.
potion in town?
Did you put the subtitle for that? Is that what the game has?
Oh no, that's what I put. I was like, I gotta put some notes. Maybe I can use it then. I wonder if I click. Oh, cool! If I click the little eyeball thing, it'll in there.
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool.
You ready for my plan to get a free hat of disguise?
I am so ready for it.
I mean, are they gonna throw me in jail if they find out I'm lying? I mean, how are they gonna find out I'm lying? Shit happens, all right?
I don't even think they're like.
They're not that valuable, are they? They won't care.
I don't think so. They're like
I just
pretty
think about
cheap.
a neat item to have in the future.
2K gold.
Thanks for your patience.
Okay. So yeah, if we're saying I can take any scimitar because he's unconscious, I'll take the black scimitar.
Okay.
Does it speak to me as I pick it up?
It says you can hear it in your head. You're not Mal? Who are you?
No, he's unconscious. I just need your help for a second.
Oh.
So I'm going to.
Okay.
We'll talk later, I'm sure. I'm gonna go to, I guess, where the trees are. Anywhere where there's trees where I'm out of sight from everyone, pretty much. And I would have now announced that I'm looking for anything else around here.
Yep.
So I'm going to use the black scimitar to. Okay, so I'm going to take out the duplicate hat I have, and the actual hat, the hat of disguise. I'm going to take the hat of disguise off.
Okay.
And I'm going to use and I'm going to dig a hole with the scimitar and bury the hat of disguise here. Okay. I'm going to try and mark it with some twigs or something so I recognize it on my way back through here. But I'm going to like cover with leaves and stuff so it doesn't look whatever. Okay. I'm going to take the other hat, the duplicate hat that I bought, and I'm going to cut it with the scimitar up. I'm going to cut it up.
Okay.
So I just kind of like shred it a bit. And I'm going to walk back to the party and I'm just going to put the hat in my bag, the ripped up hat. And I'm just going to walk back to the party and be like, yeah, it's all clear.
All right. So, I mean, are we supposed to perception to have seen that?
Everybody can give me a perception. It's going to be pretty high DC. Give me a stealth, Arius.
Okay.
Just to get a base for what we're going off of with the bonuses.
Oh, also, I'm gonna get the guard, whatever the guards have, and I'm gonna put it like their stuff and put it back on the cart.
Okay.
I'm assuming they'll want it brought back to their family or the guard or something like that.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you managed to do that, Arius, and you can make your way back.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
Did Cassius say he looted everyone? We checked all the bodies that were lying around the floor, or just one?
He checked just one of the bodies, and then he took the stuff from the guards and loaded the guard stuff back on the truck.
So yeah, I'll do a looting of everything that's every dead creature or body.
Okay. The only other thing that has stuff on it is Taskell. And I will give you what was in his inventory now.
Yeah, I'm putting the stuff in the stuff I looted. I'm either giving it to whoever's holding on to the stuff, or I'm going to put it into the cart in a separate place from the guard stuff.
Okay. All right, so he has on him a scroll and a wand. Oh, shit. I actually forgot to copy-paste that, so I'm going to have to get you 2 other random rolls for scrolls, because I forgot what the fuck I'm doing here as a GM for a moment. Very good. Like a pro. Fuck did I... Why do I keep losing this loot sheet? For the love of fucking God. I've ever had a problem with something so much. Had a loot sheet. Alright, I'll just make a quick one. There are... Oh, that's not cool. Don't... Why would you fucking sign me out, you piece of shit? Damn it, Google. Don't make yourself worse than using sticky notes. So there's 1 scroll, 1 wand, He's got a bolt of linen, a fishing net, a lot of hammers, like a lot of hammers. A vial of ink, 6 wheels of cheese, and a wooden drum.
Oh yeah, he brought his wooden drum with him, but the other guy didn't.
Nope.
Can I detect magic and see if there's anything magical in any of these possessions as I look around at all these?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Where is
Okay, so I have a scroll, a wand, boots, 12 pairs, lots of hammers, approximately 30. I just have... Oh, fuck.
They do not have any magical items.
Okay. I'll just look to Mal and I'll say, by the way, I still have your black scimitar.
Jeez.
I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I have it. And I just say, any other things we should do? We should get this guy back and question him back in town, or hand him over. Or do you want to question him ourselves first? Or do you want to just hand him over? Because this should solve the mystery. This was the people and they can question him to their heart's content. Or do we want to get the answers ourselves and deliver it to them? Maybe we should do that because they kind of wanted us to solve everything.
I guess I would slowly be regaining consciousness, so I'm like,
yeah, I
still
guess we like put you on the card, and I'm like fanning you. I'm like, come on, we need to make some decisions.
Are we gonna do that with these the guys in the cart around?
I just like grab my head and I'm like, has he said anything?
He hasn't woken up yet.
Oh.
We just have him unconscious.
That is a lot of cheese that he has, by the way. That is a lot of cheese.
I'm taking the salt, by the way.
Okay, a wheel of cheese. Let me make sure he could even have been carrying this. Hold on.
6 wheels of cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like
what's
a
his
whole...
strength? Oh yeah, he could have been carrying it. They're 80 pounds apiece.
Oh my god.
So he was he was lightly encumbered. Or moderately encumbered.
Using them as improvised weapons or something? What's happening?
No, it's stuff that he's collected from various people who've traveled through here. Cheese is very hard to get a hold of out here.
Isn't that like, what is that? Like, that'd be like 380 pounds of cheese?
Yeah. He was drunk.
How much do we trust these guild people? I'm always skeptical of these large organizations.
Well, I mean, we were commissioned to just solve the mystery. I mean, I don't know. I think it's within our orders to just question this guy somewhere private, maybe outside. But I mean,
right? Do we want to question him before we bring him into town?
I think so.
I think that would seem wise too.
I look to the other guys and the drivers in the cart. Are you guys bleeding or injured? Do you need help, or are you okay to get this back to the? Is there a place you could drop us off outside of town, like a smaller village or something, on your way back to town? Guard NPCs or
the guard NPCs? Oh, you're talking about the drivers. I'm sorry. Repeat what you were saying.
I just asked them if there was a place nearby or if they're severely injured, or if they needed medical attention, and if not, can they drop us off somewhere on their way back?
The guards actually tell you that at this point, the current thing that they have to do is they have to go back into town to make sure the inventory is reassessed. So you're welcome to come with them, or they can go back on their own.
Okay. Mal, what do you think? Should we just stay out here and question him, or are we scared that one guy escaped? He could come back with reinforcements. Another option is we just go back to town with him and we tell them that we want to question him first because they told us to figure it out, not just come back with heads. Cassius, you were saying?
I was going to say, do they need to leave immediately, or?
They don't need to leave immediately, but when whatever you guys decide to do, they need to take their action as well and go back to town and have the inventory recounted to make sure that nothing's changed about the inventory.
Because we could do this right here, or move a little closer to town.
Well, I'm just scared the guy that escaped may come with more of his animal friends.
Yeah, they said that that they started attacking once they kind of get out of sight of town. So we could always move like halfway back, and then we should be safe theoretically.
Okay.
So what? I mean, why aren't we just questioning them on the way back? Are we scared of the dudes on the cart overhearing?
Depending on
Well, I don't
you
know
guys
what they
say,
want to
maybe.
question them on.
We took like a few steps away from the cart to have this conversation.
Sure. Oh, by the way, there's the other Raven.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
He ended up underneath the cart, which is really annoying.
I don't know. It's up to you, Mal. What do you think is our best course of action?
He is dead, though, right? That Raven?
Yeah, the Ravens are
Yeah.
the Ravens disappeared after a certain amount of time.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that Raven wasn't chilling there looking at us.
Nope, they were alive for they stayed around for their 3 rounds and then faded out.
I don't. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm not really feeling like super limp right now. But I don't think we have to be worried about these carriage drivers, to be honest.
I agree.
I'd be more worried about questioning them in the eyes of the guild where there's lots of ears than if these carriage drivers are... They don't seem like trained guild experts to me.
All right, it's your call.
But maybe, I don't know. I just say to the guild drivers, or like the carriage drivers, hey, does the guild mean anything to you? Or like, I just say like, whatever like one of the guild names are.
The guilds ensure that we're paid. That's our responsibility, is to make sure that... It's our responsibility to make sure that we're paid and to make sure these trips go as effectively as possible. That is all of our responsibility. If you have things you want to discuss amongst each other and someone were to ask us specific questions about it, we would express the answers necessary to fulfill the question answers. Otherwise, we will do what we are supposed to do, which is drive the carriage and let you mind, and we will mind our business if you will mind your business.
Yeah, I think they seem harmless enough to me, but...
Give me a perception, by the way. Some minor thing to notice, though. As you ask that question, you might notice this. So you notice, Mal, that Cassius, you get the feeling they are telling the truth. And Mal, you notice that each of them looks like they have different symbols on their shirt, like they work for different companies.
But they said they were hired together?
Yes.
I telepathic. I hold Ion.
Uh-huh.
And I say to it, can you deliver a message from me, friend? Telepathically.
What message?
I need you to talk to a friend. Can you do that?
Hold on. I gotta remember how this works. One sec.
So anyone holding the blade can talk to it telepathically.
Yeah, I thought it was just who's holding it.
Yes.
She says, perhaps.
Well, you've already met this friend before. You, he said you guys were hanging out before. You talked to him for a sec again?
Sure.
Just tell him that the drivers are not to be trusted. And I hand Arius the blade.
Okay.
And I said, you got gunk on this when you last used it. Can you clean it off?
Wait. Was this the black scimitar this whole time?
No, he's handing you the blue scimitar now.
Oh.
Whichever one you said you were using.
I used the black one.
Oh, the black one, sorry.
Yeah.
Whichever one you said you were using is the one that I would be giving to you since you've already...
Well, I still had it, unless you...
Yeah, he hadn't given you back the black one yet.
Oh. And I guess I would just use the other one.
Okay. So yeah, he's handing you the blue scimitar.
What do you want me to do with this?
Clean it off. You got it dirty.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay, as soon as you take it, he says that the drivers can't be trusted.
Yes, I did get this blade dirty. And I'll just try to clean it with my robe, thinking. So, to question this man, I guess we should do it ourselves, not to. Because we were instructed to come with full answers, not part answers.
Yeah, Cassius, you pick up that seems a little bit strange.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything about it, but...
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, should we... God, you got so much gunk on it. Do you know how, expensive... I asked the guards, guards, is there, a pond nearby or something? We're not very familiar with this area.
When you ask them that, Arius, I need you to give me perception.
Oof. Ooh, not bad.
Okay. A pond? No, there's no pond nearby. What would you need a pond for? Because it's dirty? You want to clean it? I'm sorry, we're not paying attention. We're waiting for you to instruct us on when we can go.
We're just a mess and how long? We're kind of a few hours out.
The ocean is just back towards town. You could go around the outside if you'd like.
Can you just give us a minute to discuss and
we can head back if you'd like. It's up to you.
No, wait here. Wait here.
Okay.
Don't move this cart. We're just gonna talk about something.
Okay. Fine.
These are very expensive blades.
Would you like us to move down the road a little bit? You seem to want your privacy, and we don't mind giving you your privacy.
Listen, you just saw what I did to those things. If you move this cart, I'm coming for you, okay?
Okay. I'm going to have to, if you do that again, though, I'm going to have to inform my supervisors of that. Please understand
Go ahead. I want you to inform them that you're disobeying the military.
You'd like me to inform my supervisors that you're threatening my life?
After you disobeying the military?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just drive the car, sir. I just drive the car.
Everybody relax. Look. We just need to go clean the weapons before they rust. Okay, we'll be back.
Just wait here.
Just don't move the cart.
Okay. We won't move the cart.
Okay.
Can I feed the horse?
As long as the cart isn't moving, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Yes. One of them jumps down with some hay and we'll feed the horse.
We start snacking on some of this cheese.
Okay.
The good stuff.
I'll hand the
It is actually very good cheese.
I'll share it with the guys to kind of calm them down.
Okay.
If they want some cheese. It's a lot of cheese. It's 80 pounds.
It's a lot of cheese.
Wait, each one is 80 pounds?
80 pounds each.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do sleight of hand and put them all on.
You can't sleight of hand 80 pound cheese wheels.
So
put them all in Sphinx's inventory.
So yeah, after we're kind of safely out of earshot, we'll just look like we're cleaning the blades kind of thing, and with my lips, with my head turned specifically away from them, I don't know if these guys are master lip readers or some shit. I'm just gonna say
I'm just conversing with them a little bit to distract them. Whatever.
I don't know if I'm making mountains out of nothing, but they're definitely not from the same detail, and that doesn't seem to make sense. Would you hire a bunch of different carriage drivers from different companies? I wouldn't. That doesn't seem to be logistically efficient.
We overheard when he asked them, when they told him they were hired together or whatever, right? We heard that. We all heard that, right? It is odd that they lied. Why lie?
Cassius, you know they didn't lie when they made that statement. With your sense of order.
I guess I didn't mention it.
Does he know?
He knows. That's high enough to know for certain that he's very certain they were not lying. But I guess he's not over there with you. He said he's talking to the carriage drivers. So
yeah, I'll just say, why would they lie about being from different? What does this even mean?
Like I said, I don't know if I'm making mountains out of nothing. It just I don't recognize those symbols on their insignias. When we get back, you should look at their insignias and see if you recognize them from anywhere in town. Okay. If not, then like it's probably not a big deal. But
they could be hired from different guilds or something, just to. So
yeah, I don't know if each guild has a representative here or something. Like that would be obviously very disturbing if that's the case.
But although, like I said, it doesn't hurt if we question him outside of town somewhere, and just send those guys back in town to report that we were questioning.
That might be the best. Maybe I think all things given, we should probably get back within close outskirts of the town, just because. And then I don't know about the rest of the party, but I'm not doing too good. It didn't look like Sphinx Aura was in great shape.
Yeah, we'll get back close to the town. We'll pick a spot that we won't let them see where we are, just in case, and we'll pick a spot to question him. If any questions come of why we didn't return him immediately, we were told to not come back with dead heads. We were to come back with answers. So
yeah, I think it would be hard for them to reason against that. It seems very reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, Cassius, you're over there talking with the drivers.
Just kind of making sure that they don't drive off anywhere and make sure. It seems like they've got something that they want to talk about, and I'm just going to kind of keep them occupied.
Yeah. Is your friend over there serious? Is he going to kill us if we drive off? I want to get back. I want to end this shift. I'm not comfortable in my seat here.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. He's not going to kill anybody, but we do need you guys to stay here.
Look at these scars on my head. The ravens were quite painful.
And if we weren't here, that would have been a lot worse.
I'm aware that it would have been worse, but I'm not exactly a fan of pain.
Here, have some cheese. Here, I'll also go ahead and
takes the cheese. I do love cheese.
I'll go ahead and share this with them.
Ooh, excellent. Ooh, this is much better than I expected.
Man,
this goes well with the cheese.
Stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so the two of them will enjoy the whiskey and cheese. As the rest of the party comes back to them.
I'll kind of nudge Mal and I'll say, all right, tell these guys what you want them to report and fill them in on the plan, and we're ready to go.
Yes, we're ready to return to town, and I believe this area to be a little bit too sketchy, but we're gonna go back to town, and then at the gate you can just drop us off, and we'll make sure that the prisoner gets to the guild on our own.
Sure thing, as you wish.
You may. You have permission to depart, and we won't kill you.
They will depart. Bring you back to the gate. You guys are going to separate from them. They'll go into the gate, have a discussion with the person at the gate who will come out, identify each of them, take a few minutes to inspect the cart, and then
I'll make sure to get the stuff that we found on the guys off the cart, but I'll leave the stuff that I took off of the soldiers and let them know that's from the soldiers.
Okay. The guards look a little bit saddened at the remains of the other two, and they kind of like nod solemnly to you. And yeah, they will continue about their day, albeit a little bit disappointed. So yeah, the cart is inside, and the rest of you are outside with the Tascal.
So, somewhere on the outskirts of this town, is there like, I don't know, you said there was water, or there's not?
Yeah, so I'll bring you back to the town map so you can see pretty clearly. So it is right up against the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So you can just go around the outer wall to the...
Like right over here somewhere?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Just somewhere where there's like a lot of natural noise.
Sure. All right, you guys head over there. There is where you're standing, there is a slight cliff, so you're not, like, able to... The water's not directly there. You'd have to, like, go down a couple of like, dunes to get down into the, to where the sand meets the water. But you can do that just fine. Or where the silt really kind of meets the water.
You said there's a slight cliff there, huh?
A slight cliff. Not very high. Like, less than 5 feet.
Aw.
You want to pull a Batman, hang him over the edge?
No, I was just gonna have him sitting by the edge of the cliff and just kind of sitting in front of him, cleaning off my crossbow.
No, not that. It's not that high up. It's enough to make building a dock much easier, but not high enough to make building a dock impossible.
Is there a dock nearby?
The docks are in the town.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna wake this guy up and ask him some questions.
I'm like, who knocked him out?
I did.
I'm like, Zeke, all right, you're the best one. He's probably not very intimidated by me right now. So I instruct you to, like, essentially wake him up and start scaring him a little bit.
It's gonna either take him hours to wake back up because of how, like, deeply damaged he is, or 1 point of magical healing.
Oh, I guess then,
Because he was pretty badly beaten to unconsciousness.
Spinks, you still got some healing in your arsenal?
Will a healing hex do?
Sure.
but I still think the first person you should see should be Zeke.
All right,
Okay.
so we do that.
All right, so he wakes up and he sees Zeke oversized and standing in front of him. Oh, no, you're not oversized anymore. Yeah, you can roll an Intimidate.
I'm gonna stand behind him, cleaning off my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I will also roll Intimidate.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks a bit unnerved at the two of you standing across from him, and he then notices he's tied up. And... what's all this about?
Oh, good. You're awake.
Mm-hmm.
So?
Yes.
You should know what this is about.
No idea.
I'm not even gonna roll a sense motive check because he's obviously lying. I'll just move a little bit closer to him and kind of push him over onto his back.
That's rather rude. Why do you have to do that?
Why'd you have to attack us?
We were defending ourselves.
From somebody that wasn't attacking. Interesting choice of defense.
Horses can be quite dangerous.
Yes, the horse was the most dangerous part of it.
It was. And the guards.
Yeah, they seemed to be really dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous.
I'm just going to kind of start pointing it a little bit closer towards his chest.
All right.
What
do you want to know?
How many of there are you?
There are a lot of us. You see that, like, as he laughs, like, his mouth kind of flanges in, like, a mandible-like way.
I'm gonna stomp on the ground right next to his head.
What? I told you, there are a lot of us.
Does your group have a name?
I could give you our name, what we call ourselves. We are the Shifters of the Wild.
Huh. Interesting.
And what did the Shifters of the Wild have interest in the goods of this town traveling through the roads?
Oh, it's not the goods of the town we're interested in. It's bringing civilization to a halt.
And
It's about the thrill of the kill, isn't it? And I look dead in his eyes.
No, it's not the thrill of the kill. Killing gives no delight to me. If it did, your friend over there, and he, like, gestures over to Mal as best he can, would have been my little snack. It's about giving the wilds back to those which deserve the wilds. Not you humans and you non-humans. But
everybody,
to the beasts of the land.
Huh, you're a funny-looking beast.
I am learning to be one with the beasts. Just like the rest of us.
We encountered similar creatures to yourself before. We left on better terms.
Are you why we haven't been able to find Drustin?
Drustin is dead, yes.
Oh, that is sad. He had the most adorable dogs.
Yes, if you are a friend of Delanrian, you'll know I honored his dying wishes, which I can offer you the same.
We found another set of dogs that ran to camp almost instinctively, as if they were guided there by Delanrian herself.
Camp, you say?
Not that I know who would have released such dogs from said place. And I'll kind of just like I did it kind of thing, like you know what I'm saying. I'll give him like a nod or whatever, and I'll say, where I come from, information is the least you could do for something like that for someone who took such a risk to honor something like that.
I would say so. You see, I honor that Drustin gives such worship to Delanrian. It is a very respectable thing. But it is not all of us that follow Delanrian. So while I respect your freeing animals to the life they deserve, Delanrian is not... We do not owe you for doing a favor to Delanrian. We do owe you a favor for doing an honor to the hounds themselves.
Well, I didn't say I did anything, so yeah, you don't owe me any favors. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
But anyways, drop the pleasantries and the lies.
You want to come clean about what's your grand scheme here? Like, you want to just stop shipments going out of the city, and you think that's going to stop civilization?
We want to break up civilization.
But
you said something about a camp?
But it's the woods that you care about? Why does civilization matter with the woods?
Did he say woods?
I'm saying, like, from earlier he mentioned that.
Sorry, I don't mean woods. It would have been plains. If I said woods by mistake, I apologize.
Oh, I see.
Making the same mistake as everyone else.
That's because everybody else keeps saying woods.
So,
what's your ultimate goal? You want the city gone? Like, what would you want?
We want an end to the towns. Let the animals take their rightful place in the fields.
Why can't they coexist? Most of the people are in the town.
Because your kind insists that things must be cleaned up first. That the beasts must be tamed or rid or cleansed.
Well, based on your actions in the past months, would you say that's an unfair assessment? Because I would say that seems exactly what would need to be done if you're just going to be attacking people.
There is no interest given by the military to talk to the animals and discuss rightful places for them to be and giving them their domain.
And yet here we are trying to talk to you, asking you what you want, and you won't talk. You're literally talking to representatives of the military. We can go back. We can tell the military what to be reported on. We've never heard of this, to my knowledge.
You are the first to discuss with us.
Kind of hard to talk to a dead soldier, isn't it?
Kind of hard to talk. Kind of hard for a living soldier to talk to a dead shifter, too, isn't it?
I'm sure deaths have happened on both sides. But like yourself, a joining of both species can happen.
Perhaps.
I look at one of you and I'm just like, does he speak truly? Could he have killed me?
Well, obviously he tried to and failed, but I mean, if we had failed to hit our mark, he would have killed you, probably, yes.
I chose to release you and try to take down another of your kind, so you could pass the word on that we are a force to be reckoned with, not something to be taken lightly.
And we chose to keep you alive.
To question me, because I am of value with the answers that I have. I am no fool.
You wouldn't have came and talked to us if we tried to talk to you beforehand.
We've seen how attempts at talking worked initially. We learned that the military is not conversationalists. We have watched prides taken down for doing nothing more than needing to eat.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that we both did what we needed to do.
True, but when you see humanoids, it doesn't tend to be the first instinct of all of the military to discuss. In fact, many times they tend to be a bit more on the aggressive side.
Are you capable of making negotiations? Are you a representative enough of your clan that you can make negotiations?
And this camp you spoke of earlier.
I can speak to others on behalf of you and see what they might say. But to do so, I would need to use my abilities to break easily free of these ropes and fly away. It is only that you are so close to me with your weapons drawn that I do not do so now. Cassius, with that sense motive, give me a knowledge nature as well.
Cool.
On a knowledge nature, you know that like a mantis that size would probably easily be able to break those these binds, and especially if he can like grow into a mantis, he's probably got some ability that will make him even stronger if he does so. But with as few hit points as he's at, if you were to all attack him as he did so, he would not have much life left or much time left in the world.
I'm gonna just kind of like look over at Mal and kind of nod and let him know that he's not bluffing.
I mean, you don't have to tell Mal that the guy like wrecked me.
Yeah.
Like, literally just one-shot me from full HP.
Oh yeah, trust me. If anybody here understands.
Yeah. Look, you can question whatever. We have our goal here. I'm already trying to work on behalf of my kind to get better harmony in this region, because it's clearly not the case that there's harmony. If you want, we can talk. You can talk to like the uppers, because as far as I know, this isn't even on their radar. If this was actually something that they knew about, they would have told us. But we're just here investigating we were assuming it was random burglars that have been attacking these, because that's a very frequent occurrence that the military has to deal with. But like, this is a whole different thing that we could open negotiations for you. And the fact that you didn't kill me would lead me to suggest that potentially there is some goodwill in you. Whether it was selfish for your own, like, to taunt us, or like whether it was actually looking to help your kind, I guess I can't determine, but
I am open to your negotiation offer, but I would need to speak with the others of the group, of the circle, if you will.
Okay.
And if we let you go, how would we be able to contact you?
We can
without being attacked.
Set up a safe point of rendezvous, but it would require trust on both of our parts.
Yeah, we don't want to be walking into an ambush.
I don't personally want to be either.
You could have killed me, we could have killed you.
Let's agree to this place here, near the gates, but far enough from the gates to not be overtly bothered. Yes?
In the open. You can see how many of us there are, we can see how many of you there are.
Yes, you can see any gestures up to the tower. From the tower, the guards will be able to see that there is not a large amount of us here. You will simply see me, and maybe one or two others, and you can come meet with me and discuss things.
How long would it take you to reach your people?
It will take days to travel back. We have been camping out some distance from here for several nights, and we rotate shifts with another group. I will go back and notify them of your dealings, and if your travel plans are correct, then I will meet back with you when you cross back this way.
Okay, but understand,
Sorry,
if you go on during this time when we're waiting for these negotiations, it is absolutely critical that you tell your people to break off these attacks. Because if these attacks continue, our leaders are going to assume that we didn't do our job, and then on top of that, they're just going to send bigger, scarier, probably much less reasonable people to deal with this situation. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand and I concur. I know that this is the action they will take.
And when exactly do you want to meet?
Let us meet on the same day next month. At this location.
Time?
Let us say at Second Sun's noon.
Arius, can you mark that on, or scribe that on our calendar?
I am doing so. It is done.
Yeah. In game, I guess I'll just make a note on our map,
Sure.
like in this area.
Because it was somewhere over here, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
I'll give you a nice little purple mark here. There you go.
Ooh.
I ask Arius, can I have Ioun back?
I figured since I saved your life, I
you notice you already have Ioun back.
What?
You also can't. You can't even use these. You know that, right? Like you're a sorcerer, right?
Well, I can use whatever I want.
I mean, he can technically use. Yes.
There were like substantially. If you want to substantially nerf yourself.
Hell yeah.
So I just take the sword. I take the sword and I just cut up through the ropes.
Okay.
I say there's no need to be escaping.
No, my
Those were
rope!
good ropes.
Coming out of your portion, man.
I throw the rope at him. I throw my rope to Cesius. I'm like, take it. I don't need it.
It was Arius's, and it was.
All right, whoever the rope.
Wait,
well,
what kind of rope is it?
Well, you're arguing the.
Yeah, exactly.
Taskell walks away and then shifts into the mantis again and proceeds to fly off.
Wait, no. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
Before he actually goes away, I'm just like, in our customs, we shake when we agree on something.
He turns to you in mantis form and extends his pincer.
I guess I shake his pincer.
All right.
It is agreed.
All right. Then he turns and flies off.
The guy just almost walks away. We're just like all up in arms about rope, and he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna walk away now." The rope diversion worked.
All right.
I guess we should report to the guild.
What exactly are we reporting? We're reporting we solved it, or reporting talks are ongoing? Are they going to be happy that we brokered this deal? I'm not sure how they're going to...
Well, essentially, I mean, we stopped... It seems that we have stopped the attacks while we further deal with it, right? I mean, they should be happy.
I just feel like they won't say we've solved it. They're just going to... We probably should just report our progress, but I don't know how they're going to...
Well, what did they ask us to do? Wasn't it to stop the attacks?
Right, we've temporarily stopped it. We still have to negotiate with them. If negotiations break down, we've done nothing. So I'm just saying...
we still got to talk to the military about this brokering deal. We can't...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to have a problem. We did what they wanted.
You have ensured that at the very least for the next 30 days, that travels of their carts will be unimpeded.
By them, at least.
By the shifters.
I'll just say we did promise to completely solve the issue, and I don't know how much you want to tell them, but it's not solved.
Well, we can tell them that, at least for the time being, we have solved the issue to the best of our ability. And in the meantime, we should be using this time before we meet with them to get the best standing we can with the Error 4, such that we actually have some sort of leverage.
Yeah, we're working on a more... Oh, yeah, we're working on a more permanent solution, but we've bought at least a month.
Yeah, I'm just saying because our meeting place is literally outside of their city, so they're going to see what the heck's going on, right? So they have to be notified about it.
Oh yes, we can let them know closer to that date.
Oh, by the way, the thing we said we fixed, it's not really fixed. We just have a temporary fix, and now we're
they don't know anything. They don't know anything.
That's what I'm saying. What do you want to tell them? It's going to be
30 days is better than 0 days.
Okay, you're the leader. I'm just saying it's going to be weird if we say we solved it, then we come back and we're like, oh, by the way, don't worry about this. But yeah, it's all good.
But they don't know what that was about. That's what I'm saying.
We're just going to go there to give them a progress update.
We're going to tell them that the attacks are done. And then when we're coming back to meet, that doesn't have to... They don't have to... Like, that's not related.
That gnome wanted a full story, it sounds like, because he was insistent on not having heads. He wanted like a complete story.
We can give them a progress update of what we know and let them know that we're
just going to go straight to military. How much you want to tell them.
This is confidential military info, I believe. We don't want these guys to potentially mess up the plan, correct? Or...
Right, so that's why we should get our story straight.
Involved?
Yeah, so we should get our story straight before we go back.
We have 30. We can tell them we have 30 days and we're resolving the issue. Right. I mean, because at least that'll give them trade routes to go back and forth through.
For sure. I just don't know if they're going to be content with that. They might want like all the details and stuff. But
I mean, what else? Is there
what are you suggesting we say? Because
I'm not sure.
We're not lying to them. We're telling the problem is solved to the best of our ability. Even if we had killed that guy, the attacks would have continued. Did the people he seemed to represent seem to be like a peaceful type that would just like we killed a bunch of them and they're just going to stop and not seek vengeance?
Yeah, so I'm saying we go back to the gnome, we say problem solved. He's going to say, so what was it? What do we say? What are we saying?
We can say that the group that was exacting the recent attacks is dispatched. Like, we took care of the vast majority of it. A few of them got away. But we captured one, and they've agreed to negotiations. We don't even have to lie.
Okay. I just want to make sure we get our story straight and we don't reveal anything we don't want to.
It may even be worthwhile to tell these people that whatever they've been doing in the plains has appeared to upset the animals, so maybe they should cease those activities if they want these negotiations to go better. So maybe
that's a good idea.
I don't know how long have they said these attacks have been going? Does anyone remember what the Air Force told us?
It has been for about a little over a month.
Yeah, so it must have just been that same party. They were powerful, right?
Yep.
Well, you guys discuss. I want to step away for just a sec. Sorry.
They said they...
Was it said earlier if any of the previous groups had any survivors to be able to maybe identify the guys to us? Anybody remember?
I don't believe so, but we didn't ask, I don't think.
I believe they just said that the previous group was unable to handle the task, which...
I thought they said they went missing.
No. The previous group is indisposed, so they've been indisposed for over a month. So this has happened before their watch was on this. Well, they weren't here while this happened.
Oh, okay.
The previous RE4 group.
Yeah, I ventured with them in my first.
And I don't think any of the merchants.
So fucking shady. And they just told us that they're like indisposed when in reality, like the last group got killed.
Something's up with that. They were good friends to me. I want to find out what's going on with them.
They were conveniently missing from the last town too.
Yeah.
Oh, did you actually know the last group?
Yeah. My first trial days were with them.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Because I seek to reconnect with them, but Nelly denied me and said they were.
All right, sorry about that.
Is that the Pretty Boy group?
That's right.
You mentioned a name. What is it, Dwargar or Dwesker or something? Something with
Drurston.
Drurston, yeah. So
you've had encounters with these before? Should we be optimistic of these negotiations?
He was a shifter. He was. We were in our early days with my past group, and there was no real negotiations to really take place. But he seemed to be an honorable man at the end. So
This one was friendly towards you.
Drewston? No. Well, I mean, we had to kill him, so he wouldn't be friendly with us. But I mean, if he had attempted to be more peaceful, I'm sure it would have gone better.
But it seems like you talked to him at least somewhat because you knew that he was a follower of Delamrian, right?
Yes. Kind of similar to this battle, I wanted to keep him alive to question him to see what was going on, and I obtained that information, which seemed to come in handy.
Looks like.
Well, if you've had previous encounters with these, then I trust your guys' judgment. But like, I think we report to the guild that we solve the attacks for the next month, and that we're gonna have negotiations with them.
I'm good with that as long as you do the talking. Everyone else keep your mouth shut, and Mal will do the talking when we talk to the gnome.
Okay.
Alright. You guys can head back. When you arrive back... Go ahead. Did somebody have a question? Sorry.
Should I use healing hexes on, like, the party that is hurt, or do we want to, like... Or is everyone fine for it?
I refuse healing.
How often can you do that?
You got a healing hex per person per day, right? So you might as well throw one on me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn one down.
Alright, so click it and tell me who each one is for.
So, one for Cassius.
Yep. Cassius, does a 22 hit?
Yeah. My CMD?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Actually, yeah, just barely.
I love it. It's like, does a 22 beat your CMD? I'm like, I'm level 3. What do you think? I even have a bonus versus grapples. It's not enough.
It has an additional like bonus versus grapples as well.
And I was large.
Yeah.
One for Mal.
I already took one, I think.
No, you got a cure mod from her, not a healing hex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that is a max healing hex too.
And then, does Arias need one?
Yeah, you might as well. You have one per day. I'm a little bit low.
Well, actually, before we go talk to them, Mal, what exactly do you want us to tell them?
Mal's going to do the talking. We are going to nod in agreement.
Yeah,
well,
What's that?
All right.
Well,
I was going to say, how good are you at talking?
I mean, he's the leader. He's got to report it.
I don't intend to lie. I don't, I'm not a very deceptive type. If we were being shady, I'd probably have you talk. But
I'm not a shady person. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do all that bluffing and all that nonsense. I was just curious.
That's not who I am either. So I'm just, if we have to deceive them in some way, then
I just
discuss that now. But I think we just tell them the truth.
I agree. I was just wondering if there was any information.
Whole truth.
I was wondering if there was any information you specifically wanted us to leave out. Should we have to talk to them?
I mean, I wasn't awake for most of what was going on. So, is there anything we should be withholding? I don't know what's going on.
Nope. Everything that we are aware of is when you were awake when we questioned him. That's the main part. One got away, so I don't know if that matters, but we.
It's
probably back at the same camp as the
if we're to
believe the other guy.
Believe our guy. Are they going to be pissed that we let the prisoner go without them?
No, I mean our job was to stop the attacks, right? If we killed the prisoner, the attacks would have continued. I think almost certainly. I think we took the only line.
You can use the healing hex on yourself. So yep, you can heal yourself at 8 or 7 rather. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we're.
Does an 11 hit your AC though?
Touch AC.
Yeah, it's touch. So.
No.
Well, then I guess you can't heal you. No. I'm kidding. All right.
Roll the save.
So you guys can head back to the Guilders Union, the town hall, and the gnome will eventually meet with you. So I assume that there was some success. Yes, if you're back.
Wasn't easy, but fortunately the military has been doing some good recruiting, and I just wink at Zeke.
Good. That is good to hear.
Actually, I wouldn't even know that Zeke did all that. Never mind, I don't say that, but that's what I would say if I was alive. What doing it?
And what was the cause of the issue?
So, before I report on that, I would like to know, what have you been doing in the plains? What has the city been doing? Have you been looking to expand, or like what recent activity in the last few months have you been doing that you haven't been doing before?
Many shipments of cargo go out of here regularly. That is the only real thing we do with regularity. We have to send a number of guards with larger groups, and that may result in additional difficulties from time to time. Larger carts often mean larger groups of problematic people, but normally we're able to deal with the problems. Recently, though, things have gotten a little out of hand, which is why we sent you out.
What types, when you say types of problems, what types of behaviors do these large groups engage in?
Periodically, like larger groups of Crenshaw might attack, or lions, or other things that seem to deem people and a cart to be quite worthy of consumption.
Okay, well, so this is how this is gonna work.
Yes.
You contracted us to do this job, the best of our ability, and we will continue working on it. You will have peace for at least a month, at least. In this time, you need to actually act as reasonable human beings and not just go out and slaughtering things in packs.
Human gnomish beings.
As gnomish beings.
Well, let's just use beings. We like it that way. There's a large number of different, diverse people and things that have sentience.
These creatures in the wild out here, they are sentient. They're as sentient as you and I, or my sword. Or I never mind. And
at least some of them.
Yeah, at least some of them. So when your parties engage in these reckless behaviors, you're not being merciful. You're not just having fun. You're actually hurting sentient, real things. Well, do you understand that?
We do not think of it as fun. If things are assaulting us, we will defend ourselves. If things are creeping up on us aggressively, we will take the advantage before it takes us.
I don't believe these things to have actually been being aggressive. Who are the guards that originally reported that these?
He's telling the truth? Okay.
I believe that he's telling the truth. I'm saying the guards that reported this to you, where are they?
There are lots of guards that have done this. It varies from person to person. You understand, though, like, some things will jump on you. Like a lion, you do not want to take time and wait for a lion to strike first. If the lion strikes first, it can take down a large number of guards in a very short time.
Well,
I was just trying to like glean if they were being more aggressive than he was letting on.
No.
With that, okay.
Can the trade routes be diverted? Can they go through different paths that aren't through these plains?
The plains are everywhere. We cannot not go through the plains.
I think what Mal's trying to get across is as long as you take no aggressive actions to the beings in the wild, no aggressive actions will be taken upon you.
That seems rather difficult. If a pride of lions attempts to eat us, we will have to defend ourselves.
Of course.
The sentient ones, anyways.
These people that have agreed to negotiations claim that they can control these packs.
Well, then I suppose that group should be eliminated. If they're using the packs to try to kill us.
They're using the packs to protect their territory and protect themselves.
And what do they deem their territory to be?
They say the plains.
Oh, and our town is in the plains. So do they deem our town to be their domain? Do they deem your camp to be the domain? Do they deem the city of Chrysaisen to be their domain?
Look, they could have killed me. They could have killed many of us, actually. And they didn't. Because we were reasonable with them. So if your people start being reasonable with them, then you likely will be extended the same hospitality. As you said, they're animals. They may be smart animals, but they've grown to survive, as have I.
Yes.
When you're trying to survive, and you're backed into a corner, you'll fight, no matter what.
Yes, but your definition of reasonable is not to attack animals which will deliberately attempt to attack us. This does not seem reasonable. This seems imbalanced. We cannot send guards and groups of traitors out into an environment where they are not allowed to defend themselves unless they are eaten first. This is not a good method of survival.
I'm saying that if we are allowed to do these negotiations, that these animals may stop wandering near your carts altogether, and the need for these attacks or defense won't even be necessary because it won't happen.
Fine.
We're talking about specifically the sentient beings that are out there that have been attacking.
We'll make a deal with you then if you're so confident in your decisions. If you will take a cart of ours that needs to be delivered, a much larger cart because we have a very important arrangement. If you will take that cart to a town in the west, I forgot the name. I don't have a name for this town. Give me 1 sec, and I will get you the name of this town. Arius, you will recognize this town by name when he says it. But give me 1 sec to generate the details.
He's not going to say Steve-O, is he?
No, he is not. That is not the town that he's going to say.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because that is in the west.
Let me make sure this is good layout here. No. Reroll. So I just got to generate one that works. There we go. Get him. You will escort the cart to the town of Cominster.
Minster.
Yes. Do you have a map?
Yes.
I'll nudge.
One of us does.
I'll nudge Mal to produce his newly purchased map that I got him.
Pull out, the nice map.
A lot of K names keep coming up as I do this. Give me 1 sec, and I will throw it on the map and then drag you guys over so you can see it. Map layer. Right, and let me drag you guys back over. There is Cominster. It is a 28-mile journey.
Oh, along the coast?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I see.
If you will make this trip and the shipment arrives and returns successfully, then we will consider that you have solved the problem in the interim. However, we will expect that if you make a return visit, that this problem will be solved permanently. If not, we will dispatch a messenger directly to the military camp to inform them of your failure, and we will ensure the military camp locates them and eliminates them permanently. Is that a fair arrangement?
I'll look to Mal.
I assume that's fine. But trust me, if their numbers, if there's many of them and they're as strong as this small party, The military is not going to be able to devote enough resources. Peace is the only way here. Just be aware of that.
I will take what you say into consideration. It is not my wish to kill people, but if their wish is to take back ownership of the fields, we are in the fields, and they will wish to take back us.
All right, we'll deliver your package, but understand that even if we don't come back, that means we're dead. And if you want to exact war, war doesn't really lead to good outcomes. But it's your decision at that point.
The military has done a good job protecting us so far. I have no reason to believe they would not continue to do so in the future. In the meantime, feel free to rest up. The cart will not be leaving for the next 2 days. It will leave on the 23rd.
I just look at everyone. Does anyone have any restraints?
Thinking back to our commitments, we've already got the money on the schedule there. We did that mission early. The only one that we have to be in the beginning of the month, which is coming up, is Muckmack. We have to collect taxes from there near the beginning of the month. I think that's the only thing that but we should be done with this far before that.
Yeah, Muckmack happens on the 11th.
Okay. So yeah, we got lots of time.
And
if things don't go horrifically wrong, we should be able to do this, in about...
Looks like a day and a half
3 days.
there, a day and a half back.
Yeah, like 3 days, something like that.
Yeah.
And we're coming back here?
Yep. We need to come back here to prove that we are safe, or it's safe passage or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, it was dangerous. We obviously encountered a lot of danger, and that was just close to the town. I know nothing about this area in this east, but if anyone has any hesitance, to speak up now.
I confer with the map. We got the map that Jack had, right? Because he marked a pack of Crenshaw that we ran into on the map. Is this in that area or south of it?
Yeah.
No, it is. This is a different area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say I don't see any reason this should be a problem.
I was gonna try to knowledge nature to see if I know anything about that area or anywhere along the coast up here.
You know that this area is... Let me double check something. Whoops. Not what I wanted to do.
The Crenshaw were on the coast.
Yeah, but more south, I think.
They were down here. You guys were down here when the Crenshaw thing happened. Because you guys were coming back from Chrysizen. It's impossible for you to come back from Chrysizen, journey all the way up to Comminster. So you'll know that it's relatively, it's going to be the usual chance of trouble. Along the waterway, there's some loose chance that you might get some aquatic creature bleed over in your travels, but not heavily likely.
Okay, and like the same amount of ratio of shifters to regular things, as far as I know.
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
Okay. I'll kind of relay the obvious back to them, let them know that as far as I know, there's not any extra dangers besides potential seafaring creatures.
Man, the other thing here is this thing loves dwarf towns. Fuck.
Yeah, that's why there's all the K's and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, even Chrysizen has a kind of a K sound.
That is not a dwarven city, though.
It's not, but it's the only one that doesn't have a K in it.
Well, I promised myself I would let the system generate the towns, so...
Well,
don't worry, there'll be one less dwarven city when we get done with it.
Steve-Lo?
No, the one that we were trying to get the human resistance to take over.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's silent K in Steve-Lo.
So, I believe this is where we will wrap up for the evening. Any questions for him before we...
We can't make that whole thing in 5 minutes?
No. Any questions for him before we wrap up?
Just in case I forget next week, I will say to him, before we leave during the 2 days, I need access to your finest artists and painters.
That will be easy enough to do.
Okay. And just for the record, just so I don't forget, if I rewatch this VOD, I want to erect a banner on the carriage of the symbols of those shifters. So I want like a mantis, a raven, and what was the other one? He was like on
a badger.
A badger. Yes,
Yep.
I want those animal representations to be on the banner nice and big.
Okay.
So as things are traveling, they will see those and hopefully communicate this message.
And if we don't have a way to speak with animals, maybe we should look into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case.
And if things go wrong, we can put X's next to the symbols for each one of them that we kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like it. It can go one of two ways. It can either be okay, we are friends with these people, or we're like flaunting them around like trophies. It's very polarized.
It'll be like a painting, so just to show that like, hey, look, we've spoken with these things, and hopefully his word has traveled. So any creatures that are loyal to them will put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, perfect. There's like 4 posts. There's one for the flag, and then one at each corner of the cart for each head that we can get.
Have them like sitting in a campfire with us and like smoking a pipe or something. You know, like a mantis just taking a giant pull. Like,
actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll have the symbol of all them, and I'll have the mantis outstretching his thing to you, and I'll have a representation of you shaking his.
Oh yeah, like the mantis. Human hand kind of like shaking.
That's actually exactly what I'm going to get them to paint.
And just have my corpse be bloody and unconscious.
All right.
That's all right. They don't need to see your corpse, just your hand.
So real quick, XP before we lose Michelle. Everybody take 640 XP for the encounter. And an additional 200 XP for the temporary brokering of the deal. An additional 200 XP for role-playing. And I think that's all I can think of at the moment.
Do I get extra XP for stealing a disguise hat?
That hasn't happened yet.
True.
So yeah, that's where we'll call that.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody is good for next week.
Mm-hmm.
There is far too much time between these games.
Yeah.
Has anybody leveled, or is anybody close to leveling?
I'm 1,000 away from leveling.
I'm like
multi-thousands away from leveling.
Okay.
I'm about 300 and some change off.
All right. Well, I'm going to unveil.
What is the XP to level 4?
9,000.
Okay, then I do have it right. So I'm like 800.
Okay.
Nice.
So I asked John not to tell anybody this, but I'm excited and want to share what's to come. And so I plan to get this finished hopefully in the next 2 episodes, but I have 1 done so far. Oops.
Oh, should I be pulling Roll20 back up?
Yeah.
What's going on? Okay.
Oh shit.
That is that is Arius in full color.
Oh.
And
Look at him in
Hold
Technicolor.
on. I need to log back in.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
can't see whatever's going on.
All in Technicolor.
I'll be trying to get everybody to that so our intro can have nice, colorful people.
We can get on Akusan's level.
Mm-hmm. Now that I think the composite risk of all of you dying is at least diminishing, I feel like it's worthy of taking the investment time. So
I mean, that encounter was pretty close.
No, that would have been a party wipe if Steve had gone all out, obviously.
I did go pretty well out.
Well, no, if you didn't hit that crit at the end there, I think Mal would have died.
Literally, what saved you was you killed the cleric. Your crit on the cleric is what saved the party. because otherwise that Badger Rider can evade your hits in like greater situations. But you rolled a high enough attack roll with that crit that it can't outroll that on its ride check. It was going to lose. It really sucked and ended the combat much, much more prematurely. It was not going to eat... it wasn't going to kill itself to eat Mal in that particular case, because it had an opportunity, if it could kill out the spellcaster, that it thought it's unlikely Arius or the other guy was going to claw it to death. So it figured it had more time.
Wait. I didn't want to correct this during the thing, but the one that spared someone was Cassius. Cassius went its grabs and let him go, and then it went for Sphinx.
It let Cassius go. It let Cassius go and rush to Mal. Mal was the greater threat at the time. It wanted to down Mal as quickly as possible, and I feel like
Mal alone.
It did right at the very end. It had Mal pinned, and it was eating it, and then it let Mal go, and then turned and took an attack on Sphinx, which is how Sphinx went down.
Really? I thought it was the other one.
No, that is how Sphinx went down. It turned away from Mal to take down Sphinx, because Sphinx proved that she had magic, and magic can hit it without like having to make attack rolls.
Okay, I think it's reasonable because he already had Mal down, and then she went down from that. So
yeah, had the combat, had they not have lost the cleric, I do feel like I would have probably taken out 2 of you. But it did not happen, and I am okay with that in every way.
So on Roll20, what were you showing us? I don't see anything.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't load in. So I have Arius fully colored.
Okay, yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah,
it looks
and
sweet.
there are more to come. The biggest issue is just trying to find the spare time to be able to do this in. So I might have a little bit of time here and there that I can finish this up. But
well, it's a good thing that Cassius has exactly brothers.
So yeah, that will wrap us up for tonight, though. Any questions before we go?
Nope.
All right.
Oh wait, sorry, I do.
Go ahead.
You said I would recognize that town. You never said why.
Oh, that's the town that you and the pretty boys first went to in your training session. So you know there's a beach just outside of there that's quite nice.
Good for skinny dipping.
Yep.
Ooh, next episode is a beach episode.
Yes.
Fan service episode.
So I need to make naked versions of all of your characters, huh? Got it.
Yep. We need to find a good shop nearby that has some swimwear.
All right. Well,
Perfect.
That'll wrap us up. Good night, everybody.
All right. See ya.
Good game.